Hello friends, in our online course in telemedicine and teleconsultation, we are here will take some FAQs, frequently asked question regarding the telemedicine practice guidelines. The first question is which is frequently asked: how can I know whom to contact or how to get in touch with a doctor or registered medical practitioner on telemedicine? The answer is patient can contact any RMP of modern medicine duly registered with the Medical Council of India or State Medical Council, and if or he agrees to provide a teleconsult, then it remains mutual consent has been given. Another FAQ is that I am an old man and unable to physically visit a hospital, and I have a nurse taking care of my clinical condition. Can I ask my nurse to consult on my behalf, and how can she enable me for a better consultation? Definitely. Your nurse, duly trained and registered in Nursing Council, can consult on your behalf if you record your consent with the RMP for the same during teleconsultation. The RMP can request your nurse to do the routine clinical examination for which nurse is duly trained and provide requisite information, and then RMP can provide healthcare advice, counseling and prescribe appropriate medication. The another most FAQ is asked: in case of an emergency, can I call any RMP for an immediate advice? Yes, you can call any RMP for an advice in the case of medical emergency, but you cannot insist him for an advice. If the RMP chooses not to reply or give any specific advice, if RMP is not in a position to give you advice, you have to listen to him. How would teleconsultation will be useful in an emergency? In case alternative care is not immediately feasible, teleconsultation might be the only way to provide timely care. In such situations, RMPs may provide consultation to their best judgment. Such services might be limited to first aid, life-saving measures, counseling, and advice on the referral. However, telemedicine should be avoided for emergency care to the possible extent, specifically when alternative in-person care is available. Another FAQ, which is most commonly asked: would a RMP be entitled for fees for his consultation through telemedicine also? As per the guidelines, an RMP is authorized to charge a fees for a consultation and provide a receipt for the same. Can a RMP refuse or discontinue teleconsultation at any point of the time? The guidelines allow a RMP to refuse or discontinue a teleconsultation with due notice to the patient during any time of the consultation process. Similarly, liberty has also been given to the patients. Another FAQ, which is commonly asked: are the prescription provided via teleconsultation legally valid, and how do I ensure that the RMP is qualified for the prescription? It is mandated in the guideline that all teleconsultations, the RMP should identify him and also display his MCI state registration number. It is also mandatory that the RMP issues prescription as per the specified format of telemedicine and duly signed and with the registration number. The registration of the RMP can always be counter-checked if desired on the websites of the relevant medical councils. Another FAQ is: how do we know that our privacy is not breached by the teleconsultation? The guidelines have laid down strict norms for the RMP not to breach the privacy of the patients in any form. However, the RMP cannot be held responsible if there is a reasonable evidence to believe that the patient privacy and confidentiality has been compromised by a technology breach or by a person other than RMP. Another FAQ: if I am a follow-up care for a chronic condition, for example, say diabetes, for how long can I continue to request for refill for my medication to my registered medical practitioner? The guideline defines following follow-up consultation for a maximum period of 6 months. After this period, an in-person consultation is mandatory. It means that a patient who is going consultation or telemedicine frequently, but after the 6 months, he has to do the in-person consultation, which is mandatory. Another FAQ: we are a group of technology platform providers for enabling teleconsultations on behalf of patients with RMPs. How does the guidelines enable us? The section 5 of guideline allotted by the Indian Medical Council gives regarding these informations in the guidelines. Who are entitled to provide telemedicine consultation? As on date, all registered medical practitioners under IMC Act 1956 can provide telemedicine consultation, but only after they qualify the prerequisites. What are the prerequisites to be for doing a telemedicine consultation? The MCI is in process of developing an online telemedicine course for ensuring uniformity. Once the course is developed, it will be mandatory for all RMPs to undertake this course within 3 years of its notification. Thereafter, it will be compulsory for all RMPs who wish to teleconsult to have undergone such a course. As on date, all RMP can teleconsult provided that they follow the telemedicine practice guidelines notified under IMC Act 1956. Another FAQ which is frequently asked: can a health worker and caregiver do teleconsultation for a patient? Yes, a health worker such as auxiliary nurse, midwife, ANM, nurse can do teleconsultation for a given patient. The guideline mention the framework for such a scenario. Another FAQ: in case I feel the patient requires a physical examination, how do I ensure that? The RMP has the right to pause teleconsultation and recommend as inpatient consultation. Besides, if during the teleconsultation it appears that a physical examination is mandatory but not feasible on the mode being used for the consultation, the teleconsultation should be aborted and the patient referred for an in-person review. Another FAQ which is commonly asked: do I need to keep screenshots and records to safeguard myself? Yes, it is specified in guidelines. It is incumbent on the RMP to maintain the following records, documents for the period as prescribed from time to time. These include log or record of telemedicine interaction, example phone logs, email records, chats, text records, video interactions. The RMP should retain patient record reports, documentation, images, diagnostic data, digital or non-digital, utilized in the telemedicine consultation. Specifically, in case of a prescription is shared with the patient, the RMP is required to maintain the prescription record as required for in-person consultation. In this FAQ session, frequently asked questions, these frequently asked questions are related to Indian guidelines of telemedicine. As all of you know that Indian guidelines of telemedicine has been started from 25th March 2020, and these FAQs are asked related to Indian guidelines. But most of these FAQs are eligible for in those countries where the telemedicine is legal. Thank you.